You're about to see the complete A to Z build live of not one, but two massive HO scale restaurants. These guys got tons of windows, multiple decks, rooftop bar, and grill, the works. We're going to show you the airbrushing all the way through the weathering. And if you're here live, we hope you'll stick around and chat with us while we work. If you're watching the replay, understand this might not be the first episode. If it's not, we will have a link to the sequence playlist in the description. We want to thank you very much for joining us. Let's not beat around the bush anymore. Let's get to work. Thank you for being here. Hey there, how y'all doing? It's time to do some windows. Kind of watching. Hey there, Dave BNSFN Scale. How you doing? Is that camera doing all right? Video doing all right? Audio doing all right? It kind of looked like it was buffering a little for a minute. We're getting ready to do some windows on this guy. And so, these are the bigger HO scale windows, but I figured out how to use Canopy glue on those. Uh-oh. It is saying I got an error, kind of. Yeah, it's not going to let it be easy, is it? Oh, okay. Well, it's showing me that we might have some trouble. Maybe that'll go away. Not sure why. I got good Wi-Fi, or decent. And good to see you there today, Dave. Let me know if y'all start having trouble and I need to drop out and refresh and restart or whatever, because I am getting a warning over here. But as long as y'all say it looks and sounds good, I ain't gonna worry about the warning. So, how's the weather up there in Wisconsin today? So what I'm going to be doing, I think that with sound and everything's good. Ah, nice to hear. Y'all deserve a few of those. A bunch of those, matter of fact. What I'm going to be doing is using the Canopy glue. The Canopy glue to make windows for the restaurant. But really with Canopy glue, these windows right here, I could do them with Canopy glue without any trouble, I think. I mean, you got to be careful. You'd have to be careful. But these here, they're just way too big without any place for the glue to grab. And so what had happened is you start to get a wave in it and it doesn't look good at all. And so I have figured out a way to, that somebody suggested, and it might have been Dave at some point, or I think, I know Dave was in the discussion, but talking about using tape on the back, right, for the windows itself. And then the problem with the tape is that you have the adhesive side, which dust and stuff would stick to. So people were talking about taking the tape and folding it on top of each other and using it that way, and then I guess gluing it on the back or whatever, or using the excess outside to use the tape to glue it down or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tape on the back to give me support. And then I'm going to put a layer of Canopy glue, not a thick one, but a layer of Canopy glue on the tape and let that settle. So I will have a Canopy glue covering the sticky part of the tape, and it reduces a lot of need to measure. Another good thing too is when you're done and the Canopy glue is dried on here, any tape that you had overhanging, because you don't have to measure it closely, because it gets good and secured in there with the Canopy glue. So then you just take your number 11 blade and run them down the edges and trim the remainder of the tape off that was sticking out. And so we're gonna see if we can skip this. And so they have been selling out the Amtrak here. The football game day, they filled it up, and so they're adding cars to our Amtrak train already. Because football Sundays, the Saturdays before and football Sundays, they're full. And I mean, they're just started too, so there's probably a mixture of new passengers and football passengers, but they haven't. They've even had to. They raised the ticket prices just because they're selling out so fast right now. So we're going to be planning on going over there on a weekday, because we get some holidays, and so we're going to use those and go on a weekday when the ticket's like $12. So it's like $12 from here to New Orleans, and from New Orleans back is $12. They're nice seats too. I mean, those are just regular seats, but the regular seats are nice. I've seen a video on them. And so, which ones of these do I want to start out with? Another thing, Dave, well, I got you here. It's good you're here. When we did these yesterday, they came out, the window frames themselves came out a little thinner than I wanted them to. Sometimes when you take them off the raft, they thin out a little bit, and these need to be thicker in general. So they look all right and look fine, unless you're gonna have a lot of light going through them. Because if I look behind with a light going through them, I can see some holes in these frames, and I don't know. It would really be a lot of work to reprint, repaint at this point. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way that I can conceal that those are a little thin. Because as long as you don't have any LED behind it, it's not going to be a problem. But if you put an LED behind it, you're going to see that they're a little bit thin. So I'm almost thinking I could put back here where they are a little thin, I could almost glue in a little piece. I hate to do that. Flat black paint the inside of it. Alright, I'm going to try that. That's a good idea too. And I might need to do that now. I mean, I do. I'm glad we talked about that right there. I'm gonna, there is something I'm gonna try. I have some of the actual brown paint that we use. That way, if any does leak through, I shouldn't have a problem because it's the same color. I just got to make sure it doesn't leak through onto the... So I need to protect the wall. Alright, I'll do this. This should help to protect the wall, the paint on the wall. I guess. Because it extrudes. It might not. I'm just going to have to be really careful. I might do it from this side. Hey Lee, how's it going, man? Still same old, huh? Well, you're definitely going to do a good job on that. You're taking your time. I think I got a good brush for this. I still will be able to do some windows, but I would like to see if I'm even going to use some of the thicker paint. See if Dave's right a lot. Bottom's fine. This just might work. I was kind of thinking like some kind of little thin putty, but this is basically the same principle. And I probably could do this to the back, because if I'm using the thicker, it's not going to come through. I need to make these not even a quarter of maybe a quarter of a millimeter bigger. It's just a test. I'll actually go back over this with the brown once it dries. Huh. I'm gonna see if I can do it from this side. Maybe the bottom of this is good, thick enough. Anyway, I was off today because I had to go to the doctor, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. So since I got home and have some extra time, I thought I'd come on and work. So David, I just all I did was just use the same color paint that I put in the airbrush instead of the flat black. And we definitely have some improvements. I still do see some parts but that might not be fixed this easy. I might should print some more of these, but I don't know if I can get these out. Let's see if I could. I'm gonna have to make them bigger, Dave. I just can't. I'm not happy with those. Gosh, dog it. I hate that. Alright, so I need to do that on those and those. Got a lot of work to undo, I think. Do I really want to do that? Golly, I gotta think about that. Alright, I'm gonna, well, hold on. These have both too. Let's see how they look. Yeah, man, I hate to do it, but I think I am gonna redo them. They're just too thin. A bit too small and too thin. Alright. We're really going to probably be at a standstill on those. I wonder though if when I did the windows that would help with that, and I wouldn't really know till it's done, I guess. I'll try to figure out if there's absolutely any work I can do on this stream, or if I've wasted my time and yours. This was reported to me that they were a little thin, and I looked at them, but during the stream yesterday when I had the ladies over here helping and working, I was I rushed to judgment then, and now that I've had time to look closer. So what we'll do Hey JD, John, how y'all doing? I need something that would fill in a little better. I got an idea. Alright, let's see.
Lowe's knows that as life changes, so do your priorities. Painting the town red takes on a whole new meaning. Powering through now takes power tools. The need for great lighting.
Alright, let's put these back.
With the weeknight dance floors, look a bit different. And with the quality and affordable Lowe's brands, we'll make sure you don't have to compromise to keep living it up the way you want to. Get more from our brands for less. Only at Lowe's. We help you save.
We put it through the worst. So you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
So what I'm thinking about doing is tinting some of this Canopy glue and seeing if I can use it like a little bit of a filler. Y'all got any input on that? Because what I'm doing is I'm at a position where I'm either going to have to pull all these things back out and reprint, repaint, and redo between now and Sunday. Which I really don't want to battle with that. Or I'm going to have to send them off as is, which that's not going to work for me. And then, or I'm going to have to fix them. So my thinking is, yeah, but I'm going to tint it. Even if I tint it, so Canopy glue, right? Where's my... Give it some teeth, you know. Give me something. Fair amount of tinting. And I'm probably going to change the consistency of it here in a sec, won't I? Oh, you're right. You were right. Hey Jeff, how's it going? Good to see you, JD. This isn't gonna work, is it? Gotta work fast, because it's glue. Now I need some water for this immediately. Let's see what we created over here. It did help, but I don't know how it's going to dry. We'll have to see how it dries. That's going to be really hard to keep doing. Guess I can kind of do it as needed, but still. I'm going to need to figure this part out too. This is going to be a mess. That sounds interesting there. Bullet train running fast. It is a big improvement, but how do you do a lot of that? Will the pastels fill in holes though? Like little gaps where it got too thin? When they came off the back of the raft, they thinned out too much. And I can see through some of them. I mean, I gotta put light behind it, but if they put an LED in there, it's gonna look awful. I can't send it off like that. Oh, make the glue thicker. I see. I didn't understand what you were saying. I thought you were just adding the pastels straight behind on the back. I see what you mean now. I mean, they really do look a lot better, at least this way, but they haven't dried yet, but I wonder how I could keep, how I could make more of this at one time without it drying up. Although it's not matching anyway. Very unorthodox. Definitely not what I was expecting. Alright. Mm-mm. I guess I could actually live with that if it would, but I got to do that on all of them, I guess. Oh, that's a good idea too, John. Let's do that. We'll do that next time. The brush is getting a little better too. Um, at holding it and spreading it and that kind of thing. So. So I will. I'm gonna go ahead and use this up before it dries. Mm. Oh, skipping 30 seconds. That's awful.
I bet you want to try these jams.
Sydney's Tweety has straight jeans.
It is probably gonna be better than redoing all the work.
The shoulder trick shots are hard. Saving money on car insurance shouldn't be.
They're gonna have to be a 1/4 millimeter thicker and wider from here on out though. We'll see. Looking good. The ladies were on a roll yesterday. I didn't want to stop them because these were a little thin. I really didn't realize it was quite this bad. Alice did though. She told me about it. I didn't pay close enough attention. So I think you're right, John. I think this works pretty good. At least so far it seems to be. The glue on the damp paper towel has made a good consistency thus far. And it kind of just fills a little and binds it together. It's not bad. You can just barely see through them a little bit. Better, for sure. If they dry like this, like they are now, if they don't open up when they dry, I can probably use them this way. And that's definitely a better alternative than doing all the work over. Yeah, that's gonna... Alright, let's see what my phone's saying. I've got several new students who are working, who I'm working with for 3D printing and stuff. Yes, I did. I admitted. Alright. So, um, yeah. But this will definitely. A lot of times I'll put a model together and I go, I need to fix that, but I don't get off my butt and do it before I end up selling another one and have to print it. And I guarantee you these will get fixed because I'm not going to do this again. This defeats my whole new windows that solve all the trouble issue. My new windows are virtually dummy proof, which is important for me. And I need some more product. But I found a way to make it harder. Please dry that way. Oh, I didn't mean to be doing this today. You know what? I was thinking that I was gonna be just sitting here waiting on these darn windows to dry so I could put this thing together this evening. Like, man, I'm gonna be sitting here all evening waiting on those to dry till tomorrow. Shoot. I could have probably printed those off the raft and they would have been okay, as far as not getting thinned off, because then you wouldn't have had to pull them off and it wouldn't have thinned them out when you pulled them off the raft. But then it would have been a ton of trouble to paint them because they wouldn't have been on the raft. We did do this one backwards though. Which it's easy to do. So what I will do is that. Reapply. Did I do it the wrong way again? No, that's the right way. See if they get thin, the layers want to come apart, and then you can see through them. Uh-oh. Well, I was very bothered by these, so I will rest better. I'll be a day behind, but I had a day. But I'll rest better. 'Cause these are going a long way to come back. That'll work. So I guess we'll go ahead and do this one while we're at it. Those ladies were really good at not getting glue all over the place like I do. Oop, am I doing it right? I'm gonna go ahead and put them in. We'll come back to this one once it's dry. I appreciate y'all watching with me. Uh-oh. dummy. So, the next thing I need to bug you about helping with, Uncle John, is I would like to know on that kind of that bottom table layout what the 1:87 what it could handle down there. What would I be capable of doing down there? I am curious. So basically, I guess what probably my biggest question is, because I know what I need to turn around pretty much. My biggest question would be, what if anything, could we do in one of those little 4x6 tables, like you had the monster in N-scale, the monster ops? What kind of space does that size leave us in 1:87 to do stuff? Any, I guess, would be my question, and if so, what can you do in there? I figure I have the upper levels would be more for continuous running. I mean, even though it would just basically probably all be continuous running, but I would like to see if I could get some switching done down there. You finished them. Congratulations, Lee. You've been working hard on that. Do they work? That would be my next question. Oh boy. Just didn't get down in there good when it got glued. Wait and let that dry and come back. I didn't think about it though, an LED might still shine through this that I'm doing. cool. Yeah, I'm just curious. You know, I'm sure we could do a little bit, but I would imagine that um, the in scale ones would be um, rather than 6 by 4 wide, the in scale ones would be 3 feet wide and like 6 feet. Wait, 3 by 5, maybe, I think is what it is. I have to look. But the in scale one would be a little smaller now because it's up there and it's got to be smaller than the 4 by 6. Oh, I need to. Hey, Mom, how are y'all? How was her day? Alright. Check on my little one. So I guess it would have taken about 2 days to fix it the other way. Distance between I think I mean it can pretty much be whatever, but I think I set it at like 2 feet, maybe. And maybe it should be a little more than that, but I'm not sure. I was just guessing because I didn't even, I didn't know. I think I did. I think it was 2 feet, maybe 30 inches. But there's like half of the 4 by 6 that the HO scale would be covered up. Have a roof over it, but you can still reach in and under. I assume you can. I didn't even really need to do those a whole lot, but they look good now. I was being picky. But I would have worried about. I'm glad we're trying to at least fix these, because I would have worried about it the whole time if I had left it that way. I mean, if the guy, you never know. If the guy wasn't gonna put LEDs in it, he would have never known. Would have been fine. Thank you, John. Yeah, this is smooth jazz as opposed to like relaxing. So it's a little bit quicker, which is good. That's what I was, didn't want it to be so sleepy. So I tried to search for a little bit different one than I do in the mornings. Boy, oh boy. Okay, thank goodness these don't need to be done at all. The bottom ones. And these smaller ones aren't nearly as bad. I just can kind of see a little light through them. I need to text somebody. I'm being really nitpicky now. I need to stop. Because these are really fine. Uh-oh. Set this here for last. What is it? 3:15. Hey Bob, how's it going? Yeah. Good to see you, Bob. Yeah, we're not gonna. When I send them out, if they come back, I'm surprised. Because
The German Shepherd's active nature and active digestive system thrive on precise nutrients. That's why Royal Canin, over 60 formulas, uniquely tailored to meet the needs of different breeds. Feed your dog's unique needs with Royal Canin Precise Nutrition. Warning room emergency. And the new extra dose of Want to take the next step with Intivio? And it's time to talk to your healthcare provider. With Intivio, you may be able to pay as little as $5 per dose. Plus, our team can help connect you with additional support programs.
Bob, they got it off my Etsy store. This is actually going overseas. Somebody got 2 of them. It's the, well, you probably might have figured that out. The picture in the top right corner is an example of it. This is not going to look exactly like that because they ordered it weathered. But I sell this model on Etsy and eBay, and I sell it in T scale, which is 1 to 450, Z scale, N scale, HO scale, S scale, and soon to be O scale. And somebody got two HO scale ones from overseas, and they have to go out. They got to be done Sunday. It's coming up Sunday. So I need to be moving. And that gives me a little time, but I want to have the weekend to fine tune and weather them up a little bit. And it's a light weather that they ordered though, so it's just not going to be shiny and toy-like looking at all, which if you don't paint the PLA at all is the only way it ever looks that way, but it can. So we even went over the brown with brown and the black with black to make sure we had knocked all the shine off the PLA and stuff. And my window frames came off the raft a little thin, and you can't see it at all unless you put it up behind the light really good. And if the customer puts an LED in there, he's gonna see some thin spots on these window frames, and I don't want him to see any light bleed through there, so I'm going through with tinted Canopy glue and painting the backs of the window frames to make sure if he lights this bad boy up, he doesn't see all my sins. And I guess he still could, but I sure am trying for him. So I get the sale price minus Etsy's fees and shipping and all that stuff. Thank goodness. So Lee, have you tested your work? Is it all good? I asked you that before and didn't look back up to see if you answered. I'll try to do that this time though. Uh-oh. Yes, I did. And it is a test. It might not work at all. But it was better than the alternative. Although the worst alternative would be if I got to redo them and I did all this. That would be upsetting. I'd throw a pretty good little temper tantrum about that probably. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you. I'm sorry it's not more exciting. I actually had, not that Canopy glue doing the windows is a whole lot more exciting, but it's a whole lot cooler to watch that than this. And that's what I meant to do. But I got on here and decided had I done it, I'd have been in trouble though, because then I would have probably been locked in. You get locked in when you don't have enough time to print another one and get it out. Etsy don't like it if you ship out late. really am glad I didn't know what I had in store for me in this stream when I started. Because I would have dreaded it all day. But we toughed it out and got a good bit of it done. And if it dries like it's trying to, we'll be alright. I have a student that I'm working with that I think I'm gonna have to go help out in a few minutes. We're trying to, I think she has an SVG file she needs to get into Bamboo so she can print it, and I think I'm gonna have to put it in Tinkercad and send it to her as an STL to get done what she wants. Better. Appreciate you for joining us. O-Gauge, huh? Jeff, I'm saving up right now. Not that, I don't know if you'd be interested, but saving up right now for a 3D printer that will do 350 by 350 by 350. And when I have that, there is not an O scale. There's not a model in my Etsy and eBay stores that I won't be able to do in O scale. That's to include the ski lodge. Now, I don't think I ought to be able to do that in G scale, but I'll be able to do it in O. And in O scale, with the 350 size walls, I don't even have too many pieces, even in O scale, that have to be secured with dovetail joints and stuff. I think now my favorite ones to print obviously are Z scale, but my favorite ones to assemble I think are HO. T scale is can be a little tough to print, but Z is usually just, there might be a few detail pieces in Z that are a little tough to print on some of my models, but for the most part they're all designed for N and Z, and so Z is nice because they print fast. Nothing better than somebody ordering a Z scale kit. Woo! I can have that thing in a box in 48 hours. This, however, was ordered 6 weeks ago. Or 5 now. And I didn't start away straight off jump printing it. I waited a week or so. Uh-oh. Alright. Today's the last day to register for soccer. And we are registered, unless something's crazy happened. We're registered, and I think I'm going to be the assistant coach. And so we're looking forward to starting the season. I love Saturdays, but practice nights not so much. But I love game day. But on the practice days, a lot of times I'm out on the field with them. And so I get my exercise too. Game day, I just get to stand over there and fuss. Well, not only did I end up doing this, but I did a pretty good job with it, so if he does, I mean, I would think, I don't see why anybody don't light up any model. I always try to make sure that I can't see any light. Because models are so much cooler with lights in them. We already got some Halloween lights up over here. And as soon as Halloween's over, I'm going to start playing Christmas carols, John. Alright. Can do a better job right here. Ah, there you go. You got to fill in, got you a W under your belt. There's a really good, assistant coach is really nice. The only thing not nice about being an assistant coach is you don't get to set the lineup. But you don't have to deal and fool with parents and whether the practice is canceled or not because of weather and whether or not we have enough players because somebody's sick. None of that's on me. And I sacrifice the ability to do the lineup. But most people end up where I put them anyway, so. Yeah. Well, I played a ton growing up. Ugh. Ooh. That is bad. They won't let me skip this video for 50 seconds. This commercial. That one's big.
We're full of it. And by it, we mean peanut butter.
This is the worst wall right here.
No matter your crew, Toyota has an SUV for you. Qualified lessees can lease a new 2025 RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months.
These are those upstairs little walls, and the windows fit the worst in them of all of them.
That you bring into every single competition. There's criticism, there's critiques, there's rumors, but I don't hear none of that. I should block it out. I got my solid state headphones.
I think I'm gonna leave that one on there. No, now my dad played in Pittsburgh when he was growing up, but I don't think it was, you know, nearly as big as basketball and football, obviously. My dad would have been in high school in the 50s, the late 50s. My daddy was a greaser from Pittsburgh. No, Bob, because I'm not having to connect any other devices or with any other participants, then I'm just using OBS Studio straight to YouTube. And I can change scenes and stuff like that. Go like... Wait. So, you just set up scenes. You might be familiar, I don't know. But as long as you're not having to fool with anybody else and aren't trying to bring in a camera that's not attached to your computer, then you can just use OBS and you can do a whole lot of stuff pretty easy. And I'm not sure. I know, Bob, that you do, you know, but I doubt very seriously that you've. Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say I doubt very seriously you've not had an opportunity to try it, but yeah, if that works good for you. But OBS, you know, is just you just connect it straight. But my OBS is also connected to my StreamYard. I can go into StreamYard with my OBS and have all these settings and stuff in StreamYard too with OBS. But I begin to get to where I'm using a lot of resources, my computer kind of starts to start sputtering because it's old and crappy. And well, I don't know that it's crappy; it's just old. But I don't have the resources to run a good, clean stream with myself and other participants and this main participant using OBS Studio. So usually when I go into StreamYard, it's because I need multiple devices, and I'll just go straight into StreamYard with one camera, and that reduces the resources that I use. Yeah, sure you can. You can go straight through with your phone, but be careful because if you don't pay attention, you'll go through with the shorts vertical, which is fine too. You can go live that way as well. But yeah, you can go live with your phone or straight through the YouTube Studio. It just you can only connect to one camera, I think. But I found out, y'all. I found out that the Amtrak from here to New Orleans has Wi-Fi, of course, and so I'll be able to connect to that and stream the trip to New Orleans from here on Amtrak. That's gonna be great. That's a few weeks away. Second week of October. Maybe first week of October. Can't remember exactly. First full week of October. It is. And so we're going to go over there for the day and take the train. And since they got Wi-Fi, I figure I'll just stream it. Well, what we'll do is we'll film it on one camera and stream it on another. I'm going to do this one other wall and then I will let y'all go for today. And then I guess I need to make sure this dries really good. So I wonder if when I put Canopy glue on now, even after this dries, well, I think after it dries it'd be fine. I just need to make sure and let this dry good, because I don't want to come in and have my Canopy glue picking up the paint, this paint, and it getting into my clear window. But yeah, you can't beat it. It's like for $12 during the week you can go to New Orleans, and $12 you can ride back and do it all in the same day. Leave about 9 in the morning and get back about 7:30 or 8 at night. And like that ain't no scrimpy little awful little terrible little chair. It looks like a big old barber chair. where do you want to sit in the train to get the best footage? I mean, the back, I guess. But I probably won't be buying those tickets. So, yeah. So, oh shoot, I didn't think about that. Well, and if I can get to the point, I guess, that I'll be coming on tomorrow before school doing the window. Because I can't come on tomorrow afternoon and do them. Because I'll be tutoring. Really, my work at home isn't a whole lot different than my work at work. I enjoy it over there too. I just hate that I gotta go every day and whenever they want me to be there and do all the other stuff. Oh, so like you kind of get in your seats initially, or you go straight to the dome when you get on, so you get a good seat in there, and then you go back to your seat you got a ticket for, probably, huh? Can you go to the dome straight from jump, or do you got to go to your seat first and wait till they start? But there probably already be people on there by the time I get on it. Yeah. I won't be the first person on, so I just have to hope. But I've said this a few times. There's the Bay St. Louis Bridge is a really pretty view going over there. So I'm looking forward to that. I was thinking about going down there one day and filming it from the ground level. But it's quite a long drive, and to get down and out and back where the bridge is and everything takes a minute too. So it'll be about after the conductor punches your ticket. Okay. So what I'll be doing is, but I forgot though. I was kind of thinking that everybody be getting on the train in Gulfport and could be running for their seats, but that ain't gonna be how it would be. There's already gonna be folks having been on there. See, one more, thank goodness, because I'm really tired of doing this. Now, I'm not tired of hanging out with y'all, and I didn't make a promise. I'd probably stick on here and chat a minute, but I guess I'm not as good of a people person as Jerry or whatever, because I don't know how he does it. He can sit there and talk to folks. Now, he doesn't always do that. Sometimes he's doing stuff, but he's able to, though. He's able to just go on and stream and chat with folks, and he'll do it for hours. And didn't get uncomfortable, and the camera's right there in his mug. He ain't hiding from it at all. It's just like front and center, and no topic, and he'll go, and he'll have 10, 12, 15, 20 people in there and go for hours. I don't know how he does it. He's good at conversating, I guess. If I start trying to think of things to talk about, I'm gonna get in trouble. I gotta stay on approved topics. I hadn't been to one of Jerry's streams in a minute either, but I've been good. Alright. So this will take about 20 whole minutes to fix, so this never happens again. Maybe 30, because I gotta switch the cards, but
Rolling in the mud? Tide Pods can handle it. Spaghetti night? Tide Pods can handle it. Stains are certain. So is the power of
Bob, what was the name of your printer you got?
It's got to be Tide.
Yes, sir, because we'll be going, we'll be going west, heading there, so I want to be on the left side of the train, if possible. But don't think if I'm not on the left side that once we go over that bridge, I won't walk over to that side.
I'll give you 1/5 of my cookies for 1/3 of your pizza. Don't love me, Harold. 2 tenths.
I must not, I don't know what train etiquette is, though, so.
We'll only go in fractions. That's the Lunchables effect.
That looks really good. I was getting better at it at the end. Elegoo Centauri Carbon. It's 256, 256. And did you say you were printing with PLA? And is that a single head or a multi-head? Out of curiosity. One of the first ones we did is still looking pretty good over here. That's nice to know. Oh, with the enclosure, that's nice. That's a good option. It helps because you don't have to worry about your ceiling fan or your air conditioner or the people walking by and that kind of thing. Yeah, I've got to get one a little bigger than 256. I was thinking of going with the Ender 3V Plus. I was thinking about getting the Ender 3V Plus, and but it doesn't have a way to upgrade to multiple colors, and it was only 300. So the one I'm looking at, it can do 350, and you buy these things that go in there, and it can do up to 16 colors at once, but it's a $250 upgrade for each 4. So, but it can do 16 different rolls, and it's connected to the Creality Cloud and all that stuff. So, but it's something I got to save up a little while for. But I had saved up enough to get the 3V Plus, and I almost got it. And I decided to look a little more because I knew I wasn't going to be perfectly happy with it. It wasn't exactly what I wanted and needed, and so I decided to look around, and I kind of found exactly what I want and need. I just got to save some more money. But anyway, I want to thank y'all. Where am I at? Oh, I need to be over here. My camera turned a little. I want to thank y'all very much for hanging out with me today. This is episode 5, and we came on to do the windows, which we didn't do any of. We just repaired the window frames, and it really wasn't very exciting, but I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. And I am going to go because I've got some work to do I got to get one of my tutoring students a file, and then I'm probably going to hang it up for the evening because these need to dry good. I can't do anything else until I put the windows in, and I can't put the windows in until these frames fully dry. So probably going to be streaming, unfortunately, which I'd really rather not, but I'm probably going to be streaming tomorrow morning about 5:15 in the AM until about 6:15 in the AM, maybe shorter if possible. But I'll just come on and start the stream so it's videoed, because I want to have on video me doing the windows. And so that'll be episode 6, and then episode 7 will begin the next day, and that's when we'll be putting the model together. So thank y'all for joining me. It's good to see each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I hope to see you again soon. This is a series, so if you're watching the replay, it's in a playlist, and if you want to go back and see the rest,